Welcome to this week's edition of NASCARFemale.com's webcast, The Burnout, featuring myself, Kimberly Bowman, the OR for the number 24 of Chase Elliott, and my special co-host, Emily Luther, the OR for the number 21 of Ryan Blaney. If you were wondering why you didn't see us the past 2 weeks, or is it 3 weeks? 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
2.
Awful week. Do we come back? Week.
3 weeks.
Maybe 3 weeks.
Nope, there was a week.
An off week, and then it was me. I missed it, and then Emily couldn't be on because a frog took over her throat or something like that.
You can still kind of hear it too. Like it's not completely like gone. You can still kind of hear it when I talk.
But yeah, so you'll forgive us if we miss recapping any important news, but we do have several hot topics to discuss. In Chicago with winner of the Monster Energy Cup Series playoffs / chase.
So can I just highlight something since I missed last week?
All right.
I called it, and I called it for 2 different ones. I'm just saying. I called it about Danica. I for sure called that at the beginning of the season. I said, there's no way they're going to keep her. No way. And then what was the other one that I called that I forget now?
Okay.
Casey. Yes, Casey. That was... I felt so bad because poor Nicole, our OFR for Casey, that girl, I felt so bad. So bad.
Yeah. Question is, no, it was announced this week that Casey Kane will be leaving Hendrick and piloting the 95 for Levine Family Racing. And question remains, where is McDowell going?
I think it's really funny. I don't know if you've seen all the memes going through the NASCAR community, but
I've seen a few.
Okay, so the one about Casey where it's the old 9 and the new 5 and they just mashed it together.
I didn't think about that.
Oh my god, it was hilarious. Like it had oh my god. I can't.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, it was great when they first started coming out with them. It was like, this is awesome. Like most people wouldn't have put that together.
Owl will be leaving.
McDowell is apparently is rideless, or there's already something in the works. However, Matt Kenseth still doesn't have a ride confirmed. He did confirm this week he is not in the 10. There are rumors circulating that Eric Almirola is actually going with Smithfield's to the 10 car. However, Stuart Haas they didn't confirm anything this week. They just said that they don't have a driver for the 10 yet, but Eric Almirola refuses to comment on the situation. So if you're refusing to comment, that, makes speculation rise a little bit there, buddy.
Right.
And then RPM pretty much confirmed that Bubba is going in the 43 if they can get a sponsor. I'm not happy about that or anything. I wish he was...
That grin on your face is just painted on for looks.
Yeah, I wish he was going to the 10. I wish that would have been the announcement for Bubba because he's very talented. And I think if he was given the right opportunity, it might work really well for him. I am nervous, though, because, with these satellite teams, it's very hit or miss. I mean, you have Ryan who's doing really well in the Wood Brothers car, just like Trevor did for the first year. It'll be interesting to see what happens to that satellite team when Paul Menard takes over. But, then you have the 43 car. It's the King's company, for God's sake. And they aren't doing well. Like, it's just very hit or miss, and I just don't want Bubba's career to fall between the cracks because of it.
Right. All news I covered last week in my Facebook Live. My notes here, so make sure we cover all our bases again. But we really I really need to get just the whiteboard down all the changes coming.
I have a list if you need it.
Because this has got to be the craziest silly season ever.
I have the list if you really want me to announce all the changes so far, because I grabbed it off J-Ski earlier.
Have at it.
Okay. So far, Bernard Jr. is retiring. God, that still sucks to hear so bad. Oh my God, we're at 9 races left in the season, and I'm over here about to cry my eyes out about it because I can't handle it. Okay. Do we ever? What?
So there's still hope at Dega.
Yeah, that's true. So we have Bowman, who's racing for Junior. I'm sorry. Chase Elliott is moving to the 9 and getting rid of the 24, which that's really not a driver change, but I feel like that's really important to highlight on because they're keeping the 24 and giving it to William Byron, and they're dropping the 5. So I feel like that's really important to highlight because for those Jeff Gordon fans who are still loyal to the 24, you're still going to see the 24 out on the track. But the 9 is going to be back on the track, which is incredible because there's a lot of history with that. So I'm excited to see Chase in that number again. We have the 21 driver, Ryan Blaney, moving to a 3rd Penske car next season. He will be fielding the number 12, which I'm not excited about or anything. We have Paul Menard taking over for him at Wood Brothers in the 21. They said, so Stuart Haas released a statement this week saying that Kurt Busch is most likely staying at SHR. Almirola is not returning to the 43, but they don't know. He hasn't said where he's going for sure. Chris Buescher is staying with the JTG. Eric Jones is moving to the 20 car to replace Matt Kenseth, who no longer has a ride after this season. Casey Kane is being released from his contract and is going to the 95 car. Not sure about Kenseth still. Brad Keselowski was re-signed for Penske from 2018 and beyond. Thank God. They're saying McDowell could be fielding a 2nd car for Furniture Row. So he might go in the 77 and replace Eric Jones. And then Danica not returning to the number 10 car. That's not a big deal. And then Bubba is our free agent who could end up in the 43, or they might be trying to still field a 2nd car. So he could end up fielding.
I think they confirmed it. He is going to the 43.
Yeah. So it's just complicated. So they have confirmed it because I felt like I thought they would make an official announcement, but their way of making an announcement was essentially like, hey, so pretty much, he'll be in the 43 if we can get a sponsor. So I feel like we'll get an official announcement once they get the sponsor taken care of, which I did see that Grunt Style, which for those of you who don't know, Grunt Style is a military/patriotic clothing line, and they sell some I think they sell some tactical gear, right? It's just apparel, apparently. I'm asking a veteran, obviously. And so essentially they're sponsoring the 43 for a few races. I know that's for 2018, but that's not their full sponsor. So I think they're still waiting on a full-time sponsor for the hood of the car, I should say, because that's the real big problem right now.
We also had some penalties coming out of this past weekend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Poor Chase.
second. Okay, conspiracy theory here. Release the penalties on Tuesday, not Wednesday. Next of all, why didn't he get penalized when he finished 20th? It's like he had a good finish.
So
I don't know.
what's interesting about that is I feel like he should almost be counting like his lucky stars that the NASCAR gods were on his side this week, because if you think about it, it's playoff season and NASCAR has encumbered race finishes that weren't just first place. I forget who it happened to this year. It was maybe it was Joey. Maybe it was another one with Joey. If he was like second and it was encumbered.
It's almost like saying,
like, for what Chase's infraction was, which was, what was it exactly? Lug nut. Seriously? Oh no. Modification of components to affect the aerodynamic properties of the vehicle. Oh no, it is encumbered. I thought it wasn't encumbered. So wait a minute. I'm confused though, because it says that he only lost 15 points. I thought an encumberment meant he got no points.
Look, it's NASCAR, so, you know.
This is why fans are complaining, though. There's no consistency. When Joey would have made the playoffs if they would have given him some points versus no points for his win. He would have made the playoffs. He would have bumped whoever's in 16. Right. It's changed, so I gotta look again. But he would have made the playoffs if they would have done that for him. So why? Is it because it's the playoffs that they're doing that, or was this just an inconsistency thing? Again, it's NASCAR. I wouldn't be surprised if it was an inconsistency thing, but that's really frustrating, because that's why I was like, he better thank his lucky stars that it wasn't encumbered. I didn't think it was encumbered because I just saw that he got points.
Right, and crew chief suspended one race.
For one race, right?
Yep.
And then they lost 15 owner points. And then it looks like lug nuts was for Kenseth.
I think so.
That's what it looks like, yeah. And Hendrick announced that they are not appealing. And Kenny Francis is going to be the crew chief this weekend, which is interesting. We also had an announcement come out. Darian Grubb is the crew chief for the rest of the season for the 5-car, which I thought was really interesting. Because if you remember, that's who was Tony's crew chief.
Right.
And then Grubb joined Hendrick in 2003. And then he moved to Stuart Haas in 2009. And then Joe Gibbs after 2011, so in 2012. And then went back to Hendrick in 2016. But I get the feeling that he's not going to stay. There's been a lot of speculation about that.
What is your opinion on the fest?
The what?
The slime fest.
There's a lot of green. I get it, because like it's Nickelodeon, like I get it. I don't know.
Like, that would.
You just ruined a perfectly good fire suit.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you ruined a lot of things with it. Was it worth it?
But then he had to get hosed off to do interviews, so he couldn't, per se, enjoy it.
Yeah. But can I just say, I love Sherry.
Me too.
God, I adore her. it is so nice to see her like back on the track. It is so refreshing. And he even admitted this week that she makes him a better driver, which is so incredible. And I think it would just be the end to a Cinderella story for him to win the championship. As much as I would love Ryan to win the championship, obviously, I really just I would be very thrilled.
Mine. I've heard instant comments on social media about him cheating, but that man has earned every to where he's at.
He has struggled. They have had such a bad few years. Like, everything aside of who you're a fan of, like, you're not a decent person if you're not happy for them right now. Like,
right.
You're not. Like, I have chills talking about it. Like, they've just overcome so much, and that's really frustrating when people are acting like that. I get it. He's a Gibbs satellite team. I get it. It's frustrating to see the Toyotas dominating. I mean, heck, Brad Keselowski decided to speak out about it and got a lot of backlash for it.
I mean, can a man say his opinion? Yeah, I mean, it was a valid question.
It is a valid question. I think Kyle's response to it was what
that was not
because there's no reason for you to say STFU. You have
not
children that are fans, and they know what that means. So you have no class. Once again, you have proven that you have no class. Brad asked a legitimate question. Denny Hamlin counter-argued with, it might not have been completely classy, but it was more classy than Kyle's response. I don't think Kyle Busch knows how to be classy. So, but to drive my point home, I understand why people are frustrated about the Toyotas dominating. I get it. But you can't take it away from our Truex Jr. You can't. You literally can't. There's no way that he is they would have found something in the inspections by now.
Right.
He's gotten penalties this season. They're not being unfair to him. Do I think something weird is going on in the Toyota camp? Brad might be onto something. It's been a question the entire season. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. made a good counter argument. I don't know if you heard his response to it, but he was like, we might all ask that question, but the Chevys can't because of Kyle Larson. Which is a good point because Kyle Larson is doing very well for being in a Chevy when you have Dale Earnhardt Jr. not even making the playoffs. So I'm not bitter. But I felt like that was a very good answer rather than STFU.
Right, that was just uncalled for.
Again, classless. Literally classless.
And I mean, his interview this week. Did you see it? Chase Elliott. He is the driver who could have been, a little bit about it.
Yeah.
He finished second. He's finished second a lot. He deserves to win. He hasn't won yet. He was very classy and, integrity about things and was like, we'll do it next time, Look
at his father.
Was just like, it's all good. It was just pathetic.
I wish somebody would take a sock and shove it in his mouth and then cover his mouth with duct tape. It would really make me feel a lot better. I am so tired of listening
to eye roll.
Between the eye roll, between any type of just vocal coming out of his mouth, I cannot stand him. Like, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because he was acting a little bit more mature, and then, wow, he's like, nope, let me hold my beer. We'll see how well this actually goes.
Yeah, I hadn't thought that it fell off the cliff. Oh, more drivers on Twitter.
I actually think I blocked Kyle on Twitter because he annoyed me so much. So this way I can't any tweets that anyone retweets of him. So great.
I'm trying to figure out all the drivers I follow on Twitter.
Plus, why do I need to follow him on Twitter, or why do I need to, have him unblocked on Twitter? Because everyone just takes a screen capture of what stupidity rolls out of his phone for the day. and it's on Facebook or Twitter somewhere. I see it eventually. I just can't stand him. And I'm sorry. I know we're not supposed to show bias being, you know, in the positions that we are, but I really can't stand him. And I'm not afraid to say that.
Well, it's important, you know, point out, maybe not judging them, but a point that NASCAR is a game of people who have, you know, over the years, his history's proven, and the way they race and the way they, you know, portray themselves is just as important to the sport as, you know.
I think it's just really important that we imagine him with a binky in his mouth and in a onesie because he's a child. Maybe you should put a rattle in his hand too. He is a child and he acts like one, and it really gives bad press to NASCAR. Like, why is NASCAR still not shutting him down with his mouth? Because they get too much press for it. Whether it's good press or it's bad press, it's still press. And that's how they look at it. And they really can't shut him down either when Monster gives him so much money, and that's the #1 sponsor for the NASCAR Cup Series.
Alright, so what other news do we have? I've read all the major news.
Emily's annoyed with Kyle Busch, but I really don't think that's major news.
No. Alright, New Hampshire. You got a race facts?
Yeah, I'm bringing it up right now. Sorry. Weird one. Why do they include this? It just adds garbage to what I'm trying to actually find. They put on here how to calculate track speeds. You watch them tell you it on the banner. Jesus Christ. The sass is real tonight, if you couldn't tell. I felt like I needed to make up for it for missing the past 3 weeks. Okay, anyways. Seriously? I cannot find our winner. Who was our winner in July?
Who? What's it?
Oh, it was Kenseth. Or no, that was 2016. Who was the 2017 winner? Hold on. Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin. Okay, Denny Hamlin won in July. Kenseth won in July of last year. Our track is a 1.058 mile oval. See, not a tri-oval, not a quad oval, not an egg oval, just an oval. Normal. Race length is 317.4 miles. Scheduled lap is 300. There's 12 degrees of banking in the turns, 2 degrees in the straightaways. It first opened in 1990. The first Brit Cup event was done in 1993. That's when I was born. I apologize. It looks like they are honoring the military this weekend. Interesting. For those of you who are not aware of this weekend's schedule, Cup is in Loudon, but Xfinity is back in Kentucky this weekend. This is the last fall race at Kentucky. That's so sad. So sad. I wish I was there for all of you guys going. Have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Let's see. I can't wait. Okay. So after Chicago, these are our playoff standings. Truex Jr., Larson, Harvick, Keselowski, Kyle, Hamlin, Johnson. Elliott is in 8th after the penalty. Kenseth, and then Blaney rounds out the top 10. McMurray, Dillon rounds out the top 12. The 4 drivers as of right now who would not advance to round 2 if we were starting right now would be Kurt, Stenhouse, Kane, and Newman.
Sounds about right.
So that's interesting. I find it offensive that Ryan is in 10th, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll win the championship this year.
I don't. I think when he gets put in a Penske car, he will. But
yeah, give it a couple years, so he'll snag one.
I definitely, for sure, think this championship is going to the 78. If he loses it, he did it.
About guys who die.
Like, he did it to himself if he loses, for sure.
Right.
It's so hard too because Larson's been so like on point this season too that I want to say Larson, but like at the same time, I'm rooting for Truex over Larson, and I have no shame about that. No shame at all.
Picks for this week.
I don't know.
I'll go first.
Go ahead, pick.
I was thinking toward Logano.
Logano, good old Logano. Gotta love him. September 2016 race winner was Kevin Harvick. If that helps. Actually, fun fact about Loudon. I didn't realize this. Joey Logano is the youngest winner there at 19 years old. That's incredible. He was just a baby. That was in 09.
Careful, I'm 21.
That's so crazy. Truex Jr. was the July 2017 pool winner.
But I think after the playoffs and back for him, he'll probably win it.
Oh, I'm sure he will. Because that's just his luck. So for Logano, he's had a really weird season.
Yeah.
Like, he has significantly underperformed this season, and that's bizarre for him. Like, I know we know a lot of people that don't like Logano. I like Logano for the most part. Do I think he whines a little bit? Yeah, but I'd rather listen to him whine than the 18, the driver of the 18. And then not only that, I did have a lot of frustration at the beginning of the season with Penske as a whole. But as you've noticed, that frustration is no longer there because they finally did what was right, which is what they should have done a long time ago. So my frustration is no longer there with them. So we'll see how next year goes when he's finally in the 12, though. But Joey's incredibly talented, so it's just weird that he's underperformed so much. I think his encumbered win really killed his motivation.
Yeah, probably.
I also feel like he's kind of distracted too. Like, he has a lot going on in his personal life. Brittany's pregnant, so I feel like he's focusing on that. She's so cute. She's so cute.
Is she on social media? Because I can't find her.
Yes, she is, but I'm pretty sure her Instagram account is private. Wait, I can confirm that. Give me a second.
Yeah, I think I found it.
I don't know if it's on Twitter. It's kind of like Keselowski. I don't know if you know this, but Keselowski actually has a verified Instagram account, but he won't accept any fans that follow him.
Okay. Yeah.
She does have it, but it's private.
Right. I think I followed her. I don't think I've been accepted yet. I thought maybe more ladies in racing, and maybe we could get them on here sometime. I'm hoping to grow that.
I mean, I'd be down if Cassie Gannis or Johanna Long wanted to get in NASCAR again.
Yeah.
My pick this weekend, I have no idea. I still don't know. I'm torn because Toyota's just been doing so well this season. And the Toyota won in July. I don't know. Who do I want to say?
Say it, say it, say it.
I have like 5 drivers running in my head right now. I'm just trying to pick which one.
Only pick one.
I know that. I'm trying to pick. And no, it is not Ryan. Sorry, not that. Let's go with Larson because I feel it. So my thing with Larson is I feel like every time, this can sound really weird, I feel like it's almost a pissing contest. I don't know that I can say that live, but I'm saying it anyways. It feels like it's a pissing contest because when Trish Jr. wins, Larson ends up winning. I feel like they just keep going back and forth. So I'm going to go with Larson for that reason. Because Trish Jr. won last weekend, first race in the case.
In a Penske car, maybe just leave you in the dust or something.
Yeah, maybe. You never know. But I'm going to go with the pissing contest that's currently going on and go with Larson.
Okay. That's all for tonight. We will wrap this thing up. You can ask NASCARfemale.com and read all the wonderful articles our ladies write. Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And we will see y'all here, hopefully. Changes. We'll be here recapping New Hampshire and the winner and all that went on this past weekend. Well, next weekend. Don't forget to follow us or subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our broadcasts. And we will see y'all next week for the Burnout at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for joining us and have a great night.
Night, y'all.